Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1630. It is Sunday. We took a couple days off, didn't we? I woke up Friday morning with a raging headache. And I don't know, you can probably I'm a little congested. I think it's the weather, it's the changes. It's been up and down. It's hot cold. It was 70 yesterday and it's like freaking 38 right now. So I think the ups and downs. I couldn't sleep. Was it not last night? 2 nights ago, Friday night. Friday night I couldn't sleep. It was so warm because the last 2 days it's been warm. Now it's cold. I don't know what to do. I was driving back from Milwaukee yesterday, and the sun was beating in on my car. It's like, God, it's hot, but it's November 15th. I don't want to turn the air conditioner on. So I just dealt with it. So yeah, I'm dealing with a little bit of congestion. So I did not do a live on Friday morning. Did I go live? Did I do it? No, I did not do anything Thursday. Well, I did stuff, but I didn't do an eBay live. Friday I did. I went live on Friday afternoon. It was a good show. It was a good for a Friday afternoon. I think I averaged $2-3 a card, which is good for a daytime show. Went live last night. Last night was good. Was good. But it wasn't the crazy Saturday nights that we've had. I think was it last? No, I was in New York last Saturday. 2 Saturdays ago, I think it was pretty crazy. We'll see what today brings. I thought about doing a pop-up show this afternoon. I got some. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't it probably looks from your angle, your viewpoint. It probably looks even more disastrous in this room than what it actually is. I did some sorting yesterday, organizing when I got home, and I feel like when I'm organized, I feel like I'm less organized during my live stream. Like, so everything that I picked up from the card shop Wednesday and from my various buying trips yesterday, sorted everything out. And in by sport, like, okay, we want football, we want this. But it's like it's all over the place. So like I want this. I'm like, I think I've got one of those. So I need to like drill it down. I need to get a little more micro with my sorting and drill it down to teams. Like I want Carolina Panthers. And it's like, oh, I probably have some, and here I am digging through. It's like, here's one. So I think that's my next step. So the first step is just get it sorted by baseball, football, basketball. Then I can drill it down a little further. So I'm getting to that point, but did some sorting. I actually hauled some shit into my car. I should probably make a run to the storage unit today, drop off more shit. So I am making some progress. I don't know if I shared this, but I have like a hard deadline. So my wife had given me like, she's like, you're really good with deadlines and accomplishing goals if they're smart goals. And she's like, how about October 31st? And I was well on my way, and then I just kind of like gave up, like, fuck it. So now I have like a hard deadline to get my shit cleaned up. Because my wife's hosting a huge holiday party next month. Like 50 plus women. She's in this the 100 Women of Madison or something. So she is hosting all of them to Christmas party like December 18th or something. And it's like, so she's like, so there's going to be a lot of people here that haven't seen the house that are going to want to see the basement, and it's got to be not like this. Okay, so I've got a month. I've got a solid month. So instead of just squeezing in a live this afternoon for a few $100, I need to and I think my first step is just removing junk, whether that's just random empty boxes or if it's just cards that need to go to the storage unit. So I do have my car full. So I want to make a run over to the storage unit. So I'll do that today and drop off some of that shit. And I need to follow up with the guy that filled up a van. And once I get more stuff in there, I'll be like, hey, you want some more cards? So yesterday, as I had talked about this week, I'm like, I'm going to go check out a card show. And I had never been to the Pewaukee show. And it was different. Now, I'll get to the chat before I really get into the nuts and bolts, but I went to the card show. Didn't spend much time there, but I got some good deals. And I bought like a box full. Plus I met with my buddy Wally's kid, Jackson. And we did a parking lot deal before the show and got some good stuff. So it was definitely worth the trip. And then since I didn't spend much time at the card show, it's like, well, because I wanted to get back by about 1:00 to watch the Anawan football game, which they didn't end up streaming. They were having like technical issues. So I could have spent a little more time at the card shop, although I think I pretty much looked through everything. There was maybe one box that I didn't get to. But stopped at 5 Star in Oconomowoc, which is a fun, probably my favorite Wisconsin city name to say. Oconomowoc just rolls off the tongue. All right, let's go to the chat, and then I'll talk about my day, parking lot deals, card shows, and card shops. Royals 417, what's going on? Good morning. Jody's in the house. Good morning. Ghoster is here. What's going on? Gem City is here. What's up? XXMXX. What's going on? Hello. Jody is here. What's up? Ranting Chili. What's going on? Philly Joe. Good morning. Cooter is here. Good morning. Royals 417 says, my room is never organized. I should quit buying, but there is no fun in that. Agree wholeheartedly. So, and that's the whole reason I'm at the point where I'm at is because I kept buying. Now, was I selling a lot? Am I selling a lot? Yes. But a lot is like 1,000 to 2,000 cards a week. When you're taking in, on average, 10,000 cards a week. I'm not doing that anymore, but I was. So here I am. Lofi Joe, what's going on? Good morning. John Maybe says you should make mystery packs to sell to the 100 women of Madison. Right? Like, hey, you want some baseball cards? So I went to the card show yesterday and got there early. I was there probably the show starts at 9. I got there at 8:45, and I never know. And I don't go to card shows, and it's a strange because some card show promoters are very strict, no early birds, and some are like me, like come on in. Now there's no early birds at the Alliance shows because we need to allow time for setup, and I don't want a bunch of people running through. It's a bigger show. We charge admission, so it's a little different, but. Hotel show, which is in 2 weeks, November 29th and 30th, Madison Card Show and the Madison Pokemon Show. Come on in at 7 a.m. if you want to. I don't care. Just don't bother the vendors if they don't want you there at 7 a.m. And go to the next guy that will. Because some guys are fully set up by 7. And they'll take your money at 7 a.m. So you never know. And I had never been to this show. I don't really know the promoters, so didn't know what to expect. So I'm like, I don't want to get there at 8 and be that guy because some promoters frown on that. So I'm like, I'll go at 8:45. It's a good time. And if they say sorry, you can't come in until 9, I'll play on my phone for 10 minutes. So I got there and actually it worked out perfectly because Jackson was there. And we were like parked right next to each other. It's like, hey, perfect. Let's just do the deal now. So he had a case of cards, and we did a deal a few weeks ago, and so I'm like, this is the type of stuff that I'm looking for. Had another batch of it. It's like perfect. Probably paid $2 a card. Some good stuff. It's not gonna break. Not gonna break any sales records, but it's nice margins where a lot of it's probably gonna sell for $2, and then some of it might sell for 20. So that's what I expect. When I'm buying stuff, like I know when I buy $500 cards, I know that a bunch of these are going to sell for $1. And I know a bunch are going to sell for $2. Some are going to sell for $3, but then there's going to be a bunch that sell for 5, 10, maybe even 15, 20, or more. So that's how auctions work. So did the parking lot deal. Easy. He's like, I want 300 for it all. I'm like, perfect. So easy deal. I'm like, yep, I can make that work. Went into the show, and nice setup. So it's at a middle school in Pewaukee. So it was weird walking into a school because I haven't walked into a school since my broadcasting days. So it's in like the commons area, and then also in the gymnasium. So walked through, and the first I saw some like bargain boxes, not really anything I was looking for. A couple Pokemon dealers out there. Then I walked into the gym. And the first table I walked up to, my buddy Eric, who sets up at my shows, he was at a table, and it was kind of a unique. And I think I've seen the dealer before. He looked familiar, but he had basically non-sport vintage, which was really like the Beatles and like some tobacco cards of like cars and planes, that stuff. There were some other like 60s movie cards and just a bunch of like, this is really cool. And then he also had some vintage sports. He didn't have anything. I thought about buying some Beatles cards just to have a little something different for my streams. Like, hey, if somebody requests non-sports, like, oh, I got this Paul McCartney card. And I've sold Beatles cards on lives before, and they've done really well at times. Sometimes non-sport doesn't do shit. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, if I can sense the room, but I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to go through and dig through. And anyway, so I moved on to the next table. It was some younger kids. They had some bargain buy, some dollar cards, and I spent quite a bit of time looking through. It was just like two small boxes, but I bought quite a bit of stuff, like just the stuff that I'm looking for, like base rookies of hot names, probably a couple Otanis, maybe a Skeens in there, stuff that really moves. Let's see what else. Who else did I buy from? There was a guy in the back that had some slabs. Had some like Otani CCG 10 Otani Leaf rookie, $25. I think one of these I bought two of these. I think one sold for like $60 last night. Then there was another one. This is from the Cleveland National in 2018. That was only 15. So those were some good deals. I think there was some other random stuff that I bought. I only bought from, I've got to go through and see how much cash I spent to get that logged in my expense chart spreadsheet, which I've got to go see my accountant on Monday. I've got to finish up all my paperwork for that. So then I walked through, and did I do another deal? I'm trying to think of how many dealers I bought from. One, like there was a second one over here. And that guy at the end. Then I walked through in the middle. There was a Pokemon dealer that had sports bargain boxes, like just like two random boxes. And they're talking about like Pokemon Go. And I'm like, I spotted a mark. I'm like, that's where you go. Like, where do I, like, the first place I'm looking for, like, at a show that I don't know, I'm looking for dealers that have a bunch of high end with a bargain box, like just on the side. Because usually that if they've got a bunch of high end stuff in their showcase and then they've got a bargain box, they probably undervalue stuff. And it's it's like $20 and under card, $5 box. It could be a $20 card. It could be a $5 card. It could be in a $5 box. So I'm looking, that's where I'm looking. I'm looking at high-end showcase, bargain boxes on high-end showcase tables. Then I'm looking at sports cards on predominantly Pokemon tables. And that's what I saw. So I saw it. I dig through it. He's got, I think, a $5 box. And I'm like, oh, there's some good stuff. There was a Peyton Manning rookie. There was a lot of stuff that probably should be in a $1 box, but then there was stuff that should be in a $10 or $20 box. So I pulled out, I don't know, 5 or 6 cards out of the $5 box. And then he had in his showcase, he had a Tom Brady turkey red player worn Pro Bowl jersey, numbered out of 399 from 2006. And this was in his showcase with mostly Pokemon. There were a few sports cards in his showcase. And he had a $100 sticker on it. And I looked it up because that's something that I don't want to. When I start paying $100 and up for a card, I don't want to just like, oh, I could probably sell that. Because most of the time when I'm buying, it's like, okay, eBay Live, I could probably move this for X amount. I'm willing to pay Y. So, but when I start paying $100 and up and I don't really know the market, I'm going to look it up. So I looked it up. And I think there were 2 comps, $150 and $200 sold prices. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'll pay $100. I'm buying enough. He'll probably give me a discount. He did. He actually gave me probably the best discount of anybody. And I probably got the best deals on sticker price from this vendor. And so I don't know, just call it $85. Probably paid $85 for it. And, on eBay Live, it probably will sell for $100. It'll probably pay for sticker. That's a lot of stuff that I buy in that range tends to go for, basically at or below comps. And well, even 100 would be below comps, but it'd be sticker for me. So then the next table, there was a guy who had some good stuff in his bargain. He had like some Ellie De La Cruz rookies in like the 50-cent box. There were some Paul Skeens, a bunch of Cubs auto, like 4 or 5 first Bowman Chrome Cubs autos that I didn't have, of like Cole Mathis and somebody who, man, I'm trying to think of who the other, Ty Southacene and one other. I can't think of who the third was, but they were like in the $5. So I'm like, I loaded up, bought quite a bit from him. Then I circled around. There was a guy on the other end who had some older unopened wax and good prices. But it's just, I'm like he had a 19 box of 92 or 93 action-packed football for like $25. So basically $1 a pack. I think it was a 24-pack box. So I thought about that. And then there was some other stuff that it's like at $3 or $4 a pack, it'd be kind of tough. Like I'm looking at like $1 a pack. So I thought about it because I do well on packs, but I didn't buy anything from him. He kind of had like the flea market look, the flea market table, which I want to get into as I kind of review the show. I'll go back. I think one more deal, like a $5 deal. Picked up like a V-Friend sticker, and that was just the fifth to get me to 5 cards, and something else, a few other cards I can't remember, and that was it. And then I walked through the other side of the commons, and wasn't much, and I was done. Like I was done in probably less than 90 minutes, and I had plenty of time. It's like, well, let's go to the card shop. So let's go to the chat, and then I'll review the show that I was at. And then I'll talk about the card shop. Cooter says, if that is your office, how bad is the shipping room? Way worse. Way worse. We need another basement tour. I definitely need to do a before. Like there will be a before picture. Although the shipping room looks a little better. I should have taken a picture a few days ago because I did do I was able to move quite a few boxes just so I have a path. Like my shipping room is so bad. Like there's not even like a path. Like you have to like step over boxes. Like there's not a path. There's not a path. Uncle Rich is here. Good morning. Good to see you. Did number 1629 go into the ether, never to be seen? Probably. I don't even check the numbers. I'm like, I think this is number 1630. So, yeah. So we might have skipped 1629. It was Friday or Saturday that we didn't do. Dan's in the house. What's going on? And I felt like old Bo yesterday went to the smaller show near me instead of the bigger show further away with Bo Jackson signing. Yeah, so yesterday was there were quite a few card shows yesterday, which I didn't realize. So the Pewaukee show might have been one of the bigger shows by tables that I went to. Oak Creek had their vintage show, which is, I think he has like maybe a dozen tables. There was a show in Lake Geneva yesterday. That might have been bigger. That was probably bigger than Pewaukee. They did have signings at the Lake Geneva show. Rockford did an interesting two shows at the same location. They a day-night double header at that location. So that's an interesting concept. I wonder, I'll have to text him to see how that went. Let's see. Royals 417 says hi to Dan. Dan says hi to Matt. How they hanging? How they hanging? Long and hairy, tough to carry. Is that how that went? Rich says bought 2 boxes of random stuff for $20, which I did see and said that's fine. And the guy wanted 25. I said nah. He then pulled out 1 to 2. Dan Marino strikes again. What is with the Dan Marino market? And that was fine by me. So a nice small bulk. There you go. Then bulk number 2 was bags of 350 cards for $10. Dealer did my old show back in the day and was thrilled to see bags for $5 each and said 80s to present. Was very happy to see. Yes, they are minor Hall of Famers, about 10 70s Hall of Famers in one of the bags. I did not see that till I got home as the bags were stapled. Gem City's in the house. I didn't go to any card shows this week. I stuck to finding stuff on eBay that I'm going to maybe try to grade and flip. Fingers crossed it's going to take 8 to 10 weeks to find out how dumb I am. Oh, speaking of that, I bought like 50 slabs on eBay last week. Hopefully they get delivered tomorrow. Because they're coming from. I actually know the guy that I bought them from, but he's in like South Chicago. He's a heavy. I'm sure Rich Klein knows who it is. He's a heavy hitter. And I was shocked by his eBay store. He's got a lot of lower end stuff. Now he's got some heavy hitters in his eBay store too. Oh, it's in Madison. Arrived in Madison this morning. So yeah, I've got like 50 slabs. Should be on my doorstep tomorrow. Rich says, and in the $20 purchase, there were 56 random sealed packs, couple of Pro Set, and a score. Score! I'm loving the junk wax packs. Royals 417 says, I've been striking out at card shows recently. Just need 2 cards to finish the 65 set. Not much success even at Dallas last week. Trying not to finish on eBay. It's so much more fun not doing sets on eBay. Or online in any capacity, just going to shows and shops. Rich says there's a show today, but I work on Sunday, so not going to that one. And then 2 weekends without any shows so far in the Dallas area. Wow. Merle says, what in the wide world of Waukesha is on your hat? That's my Flynn Costello hat. Raccoon with a Pabst blue ribbon. Rick says, what is the store name? Oh, his name is Tommy Larson. You're probably familiar. Tommy's got, he's got some, usually he has showcases full of 52 tops, mantles, Gaudy Babe Ruth. Tommy Larson, Dreams Sports Cards. I think he's from Joliet. He's set up at my show a couple times. Probably, I think the only time that I've had 52 tops mantles at my show is when Tommy comes up. Let's see. Rich says, what cards do you need for the 65 set? Gem City says 10 Charizard McDonald's promos for $2 each shipped. A PSA 10 sells for about 150, could be way better or way worse in 8 weeks. Just hoping to find 110 and sell the rest raw. Good luck with that. I do not want to get into that game. That's a game that I want to avoid. Jody says, went to a new show for me yesterday. Thought I would be there for an hour and pulled myself out of it after 3.5. And I was the last 2 weekends. I'm like, I've budgeted like 2 to 3 hours and I've only spent an hour. You know, the Dave and Adam's shop. Like I budgeted like 3 hours and was there for an hour. Yesterday, budgeted 3 hours. Was there for an hour and a half. Name is familiar, says Rich. Merle says, Royals, which cards do you need to finish the set? He needs Carlton and Euchre. Those are some of the bigger ones, aren't they? So the show yesterday that I went to, never been. I'm just going to kind of roll through some positives and negatives. Positives, it was a lot for me. And again, this is just my opinion. Positives for me, a lot of new dealers that I'd never seen before. Also, what I liked about it, I think it's advertised as like 125 tables. I would say there's probably 125 tables. 125 tables, but it seemed like a small show. And what I'm talking about is, you know, like your run-of-the-mill monthly VFW hotel show with like weekend warriors, like guys that aren't wheeling and dealing, probably don't sell on eBay, or maybe a little bit, just kind of dabble here and there. Maybe some flea market type sellers. That's kind of the vibe I got from the dealer base. There were only a few dealers that set up at any shows that I go to, like Rockford, Janesville, Madison. Max was there. Matt Fisher was there. Caleb was there. That was it. I think that was the only. Oh, and Eric, my sports guy. A couple of dealers that have done my show a few times, like Ricky. David, I think, was set up there. David Barta. But I think that was it. Like out of all those dealers. So that was good in my opinion. That's good. You know, because that's the whole reason I went to that show. It's like I could have went to the Rockford show for familiarity, but it's like, but I also know what I'm getting. I know exactly what I'm getting when I go to the shows. You know, I wanted to see something a little different. I can drive the same distance to see an entire different roster of dealers. So I did get that. So that was definitely a positive. The space was awesome. It's in a middle school. There's a commons area and a gymnasium. Plenty of space, wide open space. Plenty of room to walk. Layout's perfect. I mean, it's hard to make a bad layout in a gym. It's pretty easy palette to put a card show in a gymnasium. So that was awesome. And downsides, you know, this is just for me, like there wasn't really many dealers that had what I'm looking for. Which is okay. Like that happens at my show. You know, sometimes I go to my show, it's like, God, there's just no bargain boxes here for me to dig through. Which is usually pretty common. I don't have too many bargain box dealers. It's kind of wonky. It's kind of off the beaten path. To get there, it's off the beaten path. It's a school with like, I think there's like 3 schools on the campus, like high school, middle school, elementary school. So it's kind of like a maze to get there. So that was kind of like, but you do it. That's just nitpicking. The interesting thing I noticed yesterday, and this is neither good nor bad, but different. I saw a dealer who had a bunch of like 4 rows or 3 rows of one touches, like mag cases. I'm like, oh, cool. And it's like $5. And it's like, these are dollar cards or quarter cards. And like I went through, and usually it just takes me a couple. It's like up. 3 different dealers. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. I probably have seen it, but it's a one-off. I've never been to a show where like multiple dealers have this set up, putting lipstick on a pig. It's like putting dime cards in a top loader and having a dollar box. It's like, just because you put a 10-cent card in a top loader doesn't mean it's a dollar or a quarter. So that was something different that I haven't seen before. So that was unique. Traffic was really slow. I thought there would be more traffic, and I got there right at 9, and I heard a couple dealers, one of the bargain boxes I was looking through, I heard, they were kind of talking back and forth. They're like, yeah, I hope people show up. And there's not many people here. And one of the guys says, yeah, well, the show's, we're only like 15 minutes in. And I'm like, 15 minutes in, it's usually like, if a show starts at 9, like 9:15 is like usually the most heavily trafficked part of the day. And I'm like, this is not a good sign. There's not a good sign if there's not many people here at 9:15. It did start, by the time I left, it seemed like there were more people there than an hour prior. But I was surprised by that. But then I wasn't surprised when I heard the Lake Geneva show, the Oak Creek Vintage show. I can't imagine that took anybody away. The Rockford show, probably, completely different market, maybe a few people here or there, but, the Lake Geneva might have pulled, because they had some like autograph signers. I think Dan Hampton was signing in Lake Geneva, and somebody else, like decent, like Dan Hampton's a Hall of Famer. Somebody else I can't remember, but they had like 2 decent autograph signers. I'm sure there was a lot of traffic at that show. So that probably definitely had a lot to do with it. So then I went to the card shop. I'm like, well, now I've got more time. I'm going to go hit up 5 Star in Oconomowoc. And I've been to his shop before, but I don't think I looked through any of his bargain boxes. And he'll bring bargain boxes to the Madison Card Show, and I'll dig through, and sometimes there's really good stuff, and sometimes it's like, this sucks. And I'll tell him like, yeah, your bargain boxes kind of suck. And he's like, yeah, I haven't put anything. I'm like, I can tell. So he actually did. I bought quite a bit of stuff out of his dollar boxes yesterday. So found a lot of base. I think as I was sorting yesterday, I pretty much had an equal balance of baseball, football, basketball purchases. I was able to find some Wembanyama, LeBron, Jordan. I don't think I found any Kobe's, but I found some Joker. I think I found like a serial number Jokic in one of the boxes. So I spent about an hour at the shop and found some good dollar cards, and wanted to get back by 1:00 for the game that I ended up not being able to watch. So it was a good day, very productive, very efficient. Like, I did all this before noon. I was able to do a parking lot deal, a card show, and a card shop in 3 hours. So that's efficiency. Next weekend, and I don't think what's next? Oh, next week. I don't think I have anything going on next weekend. Oh, wait, yeah, the Chicago Sports Spectacular is next weekend. Now next weekend, I'm looking to be buying some bigger stuff. So I'm looking to spend a little more money next week, and I haven't decided what. I'm going Friday. I'm going to do the VIP, go in early. I want to hit up my buddy Mark, who's Mark F, who's in the chat. He has a nice setup, so hopefully I can buy some vintage from him, and then hit up some bargain boxes. And I kind of like, I'm graduating. I'm kind of starting to feel my way through what I want to tailor my eBay lives, and how I'm kind of running things, because I do want to run higher end stuff, but I also want to run low end stuff, and just kind of feeling my way. When's a good time to run the low? And the daytime is perfect for dollar box stuff. Low risk, low and high reward, low risk, medium reward, basically on the daytime streams. And then do some special event nights. And I think if you bring good stuff, people will come. And I think it's all about getting word out, marketing, and preloading some of the bigger cards. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Where are we at? Rich says Carlton rookie is a biggie. Euchre is a sneaky tough card in the semi-high series, and the one he is batting left-handed, Euchre batted right. Saw a couple high-grade Carltons and not one Euchre. The one-touch guys are all over Florida shows. Interesting. So that must be like a new wave of getting cheap mag touches in bulk and then trying to put lipstick on a pig. Rich says, you should see all the dollar boxes I see nowadays with the overproduced era cards in them. The junk wax, Rich. Say it. Junk wax. I haven't started seeing that yet. If it's good stuff, I'd probably be, if it's good stuff, I'd be all about it. I love seeing 80s and 90s in dollar boxes. If it's good stuff, I don't want to see 90 Donruss, Cal Ripken Jr. But if it's Ken Griffey Jr., I'd pull a 90 Topps Ken Griffey Jr. out of a dollar box Gold Cup card. Rich says Sunday here. If you start in 9 a.m., you don't really get people till 11 or 12 for the most part. That's interesting. Saturday is more than early arrival world. Hello, Red Light. What's going on? Your box is in the mail. Whole box of 75 and 77s headed your way. East Coast Tom's in the house. Good morning. Had a great time at the Chicago Game Worn Hockey Jersey Show. Interesting. Now that is a niche show. Very cool. Cooter says, be careful saying you did a parking lot deal. That can have a way different meaning, especially in the Bible Belt. I bought cards in the parking lot. Rich says, overproduced era lipstick on the pig for the junk wax era. There you go. Dan says to Royals 417, is that Euchre a rookie? Either way, I think I bought his rookie for a friend at the 2019 National the day we met. Red Light says, thank you. Euchre rookie is 62. Rich says, Euchre rookie is a tough 62 card and is usually among the last 4 to 5 cards for anyone trying to finish the set. So that was my day, a fun day. I think I'm going to skip eBay Live this afternoon and go straight to Sunday night singles so I can get some cleanup, sort some of this. Maybe I should do some shipping so that doesn't get out of hand for, otherwise I'll wake up to 600 orders to ship tomorrow, which is okay. I'll be able to swing that, but want to get some a little balance, I guess. Do a little organizing. I'll start in this room. Take a load over to the storage unit. And there you go. So this week, I got Sunday night singles. So some of the cards I'm going to run tonight, and I do have these preloaded in my store. I've got a Cal Ripken Jr. rookie. I've got a 62 Topps Mantle. The switch hitter connects. I'm going to run this 89 score Barry Sanders rookie. Love this rookie. Love that card. Another beautiful card from that era. 90 score Bo Jackson shoulder pads and an 8. And we'll run one of these tall boys, Jerry West, in a PSA 6. So those are some of the bigger cards that'll run tonight on eBay Live. I do have tonight's link in the description to this video, so check that out. 1millioncubs.com with the number 1 is the eBay store link to my eBay Live homepage. I'm probably going to do that 74 Topps set break possibly this week. So we'll see. I also have something fun potentially coming up in January. Working out some details on that. should have a little bit. I had a few questions before I wanted to commit that hopefully will be answered this week. Madison Card Show's in 2 weeks. Saturday, November 29th, Madison Card Show at the Sheraton Hotel, which is now the Madison Marriott South. And the Madison Pokemon Show is Saturday, November 30th. Free parking if you can find it, and free admission. So nobody can come on the Facebook page and whine and complain and bitch about, I gotta pay money to come out and spend money. So November 29th, November 30th, Madison Card Show at the hotel, 140 dealer tables each day. Also working on a fun for the card show, something fun that I need to get squared away here this week also. So I got a lot of shit going on. So with that said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and visit my eBay Live tonight, 7 o'clock Central, eBay Live, Sunday Night Singles. We'll do this again tomorrow morning on Hobby Evolution. See you, hopefully, tonight on eBay Live.